What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here, and we are back playing Warframe. So, I showed you guys last time in the last episode that we were going after sentience, so I could unveil a Riven mod. Now, I showed you a really good way to take out some sentience using Nidus, and while it is very effective, I ended up going with my Mass Destruction Mirage to finish unveiling my mod because this is my more efficient build to take down sentience. Now, that doesn't mean that, that Nidus, is not a good use for taking down sentience. If you've watched that video, you've shown how I did it, and I think it's actually a pretty good way. However, the way I have this theme built is I could just run through and destroy these sentients for the most part and be done with it. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys my Riven mods real quick so we can maybe discuss Rivens a little bit. Now, I only have 5 because, number 1, I have bad luck. Number 2, I can't stand doing some of the sortie missions, especially spy missions. I could probably solo some of them, but anytime I jump into a public match, I am so frustrated by the people that don't understand how to do a spy mission, or they will just completely leave as soon as they are noticed in one of the rooms, and I'm screwed because you have to get all 3 in the sorties. Anyways, this is the mod that I unveiled by killing the 12 sentients, and it's the Glaxion Ampi Puricon, and this is arguably a good mod. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the Bane of whatever mods, the Grenier, the Corpus, and the Infested. They do have their use. You can argue all you want, but they do have their use. Yes, there are good ways to mod damage other ways rather than using Bane mods. However, the fact that I never even rolled this mod. It literally came as is with damage to Grenier and damage to Infested and an ammo maximum. It is a Glaxion, so you could argue, how good any of those things are. But I figured because I like very universal builds, if I put Grenier, if I put a Corpus Bane of Corpus mod on here, then I have a very universal Glaxion build, and that's why I'm considering keeping it. Let me know what you think. Don't say, you can say it, I don't care, but you can say that Bane mods are garbage and they're useless. They're not, I don't care. Anyways, I'm probably not going to re-roll this. Number 1, the Glaxion, I don't know how much I'm going to use it anyways, so I might just leave it as is and try and make use out of it. But that's that one. Glaxion out of the way. I'm excited to try it out. Now, Flux Rifle has been re-rolled once, and this is what I've got. Toxin, damage, and status duration negative. I really don't like that status duration negative because the Flux Rifle is very good at the slash procs. I want to reroll this, but it hurts me because Toxin and damage increase is very, very good. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about that one. Axomati Puricac. Anyways, this is the one I got. We'll be using Avara by getting, I think, headshots or stealth shots or stealth kills using Avara. And this is puncture and damage to Infested. I rerolled it 4 times, and I have not gotten anything even remotely better than that. And it's crazy because this mod, in my opinion, is not very good. So, whatever. My Gurkata one I kind of like. Damage to Corpus, the Bane thing. Status duration, great. Because, Gurkata is I don't know if it's that much of a status weapon, but the slash procs and stuff on it are fairly good. And crit chance, huge increase, rerolled once, and I still have 3 more upgrades to it. And lastly, the Opticore. Toxin, I don't know how I feel about that. Increased damage is good. Ammo maximum, I don't know how I feel about that either, because the Opticore, how much ammo do you need for the Opticore? Let me know. I'm not an Opticore guy, but I've re-rolled it 3 times, and I actually re-rolled it to this because it started out really, really awful. So, anyways, I think it was like a fire rate mod. I had a negative fire rate mod on it, and I was like, are you serious? That thing takes long enough as is. But, anyways, we'll talk a little bit. We'll do a little bit we'll go into capture Grenier real easy. Maybe we'll get something decent in here. Let's go after a Soma Prime stock. A lot of these are just fodder that I just do, and whatever I get, I turn in for ducats. So let's do that. Let's real quickly blast through a mission. Talk about Rivens just a little bit. Like I said, I have real bad luck. I haven't been getting Rivens from when I've been playing sorties. Still been getting Endo. What else? I don't know. I haven't done sorties all that much because I feel like recently, especially, we've had some bad sortie missions popping up, and like I don't like spy missions for reasons that I've already talked about. Rescue is not so bad if you get in with a good group. Rescues can be very easy. However, if you get in with a bad group, they can be a nightmare. So that's a problem. At the same time, exterminate's easy peasy. What else? Interceptions, not too bad. Now, interceptions, it depends on what you get stuck with as a negative. Energy drain can be pretty bad depending on what you're using. And weapon restrictions sometimes can be really bad. That's usually why I don't end up doing a mission, is because it either gets linked together with like a terrible weapon, like, I don't know, melee only interception missions or something like that. And while melee, you know, you can get by with melee only, but it's so easy in an interception to hold down the different capture points using primary weapons. And when you're required to run over there and melee them, it just kind of kills it. It's just, basically I look at all three of them, and if I'm not in the mood to play one of the mission types to get it, I usually just don't do the sorties for that day. And I don't know. Granted, it does give a little bit of difficulty. It's nice. It's a nice change of pace sometimes from the day-to-day grind, but I don't know. I find myself not doing sorties just because I already have to grind so much in Warframe to as is. I still don't have any. I still don't have Valkyr. Excuse me. Valkyr, the Ceranos, or the Venka, because I've been running these Void missions. I just ran 3 of them before this episode. Sorry. Just ran 3 of them before this mission. All Radiance, and didn't get any parts. And the worst part is I chose the ones I had 3 to use, and each one of them had 2 out of the 3 parts that would drop on it. For example, I had like a Valkyr Systems and a Ceranos part, and I didn't get either one. I'm about to die. I didn't get either one when I played through it. I got a common mod, didn't get either one, and it's frustrating. I just I play this game, I farm for the relics, and then I end up not getting the part I want. And it's really discouraging. Really discouraging. I wish somehow we could turn in our parts for ducats, and then we could somehow get other prime parts as rewards. Granted, I have talked about how you can farm for plat and buy these straight up. That's honestly kind of where I'm headed at this point. Now that I've gotten over 1,000 ducats, I've just considered farming for platinum now and just buying them. Not buying them with real money, but farming for platinum in the void, or the fissure, whatever. And then just going into chat and buying them with platinum. Because I'm just, I don't know, farming. I don't want to get on that rant too much, because that rant can go all day. So, with that said, I'm going to be spending all my time in-game farming. Also for Kuva, so I can maybe reroll some more mods. But I'm going to be doing Kuva farms and Void farms and Relic farms. So I'm going to try and fit in some non-farming content here coming up. But it's all going to depend on what missions are available, such as alerts and sorties and stuff. It's going to depend on what missions are available every day. And if there's not something I find that I really, really want to run, I guess I'm just going to have to get creative and try to do something a little different. I'm not really up for doing like Riven reroll videos. I know there's a couple people that have been doing that. It's just not really my thing because I don't want to farm the Kuva Siphon missions over and over and over and over again just so I can reroll a mod 12 times. And then what else? I don't know. But there is some Division out. If you guys are interested, Division is coming out every even day of the month. So every, obviously this, the 2nd, the 4th, the 6th, 8th, 10th, 12th, and so on and so forth. So every even day of the month, there's going to be an episode of The Division. I'm having fun playing that game just because I kind of like that survivalist kind of scenario, as well as I love firearms and I love I don't know, I just love that whole concept being all put into one little into one game. There are some other games I want to bring to the channel, but I do want to set a good pace for this year and have videos coming out at a good pace rather than having like two in one day and then one the next day and then 3 the next day and then 2 and then like all over the place. I want to have a nice consistent schedule, and hopefully I can stick to that pretty good for you guys. But I'm currently playing through Stardew Valley, and Stardew Valley isn't doing all that incredible on the channel. However, it is a pretty easy game to make, being kind of a sim game and like a simulator, and I do enjoy the game, so I have been playing it. But there are a couple other sim games that I want to try out. So my sim games are going on every odd day of the month, and I'm considering introducing a new one at some point and seeing if it does better than Stardew Valley does, and then I will decide which one is more appropriate for the channel. But I want to get out the Stardew Valley content that I have and kind of get it to the point where I feel comfortable maybe postponing the footage for a little while, or I don't know. I don't know. I got a lot of hopes for the channel coming up. I've also always considered live streaming. However, I wouldn't be doing it daily. I'd probably be doing it once a week if I get to that point. But I do want to get my YouTube channel up to a very good, comfortable point before I even consider doing live streaming again. And then I don't want live streaming to get in the way of the channel at all. So I want to be established enough in YouTube first before I start live streaming, like I said. Live streaming may not even happen by the end of the year, but just in case you guys are interested, for the long haul, if you guys, feel like subscribing and sticking around, live streaming at some point could become a thing. But that's far enough into the future where it's not something that I am I am working on right now. So anyways, there's plenty of other things to do, lots of games to play. I got so many games that I haven't even gotten to yet because I used to work so much that I couldn't get around to some of the games that came out. And at this point, I'm just trying to keep a good flow. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, blow!